Every filmmaker at some point in their career has considered to start either a production house, production company, film house, whatever you want to call it, right? It's a very common desire. They're coming from a freelance position and they want to move to a bigger team, hire directors, DOPs, producers, all that sort of stuff. Very common thing to do. Also, what I wanted to do at some time in my career, have done that, and I'm here to tell you right now, it's not the ideal thing to do, and I'm going to try to talk the desire out of your head, just so you know, if you're stubborn and you want to do it anyways, you might as well just close down this video right now, because you're probably not going to like what I'm saying. But if you're in this business to make awesome stuff, make money while doing it, and, get the best results for your clients ever, then I would encourage you to keep on watching. So first of all, you're probably in a freelance position right now. Most videographers, filmmakers, editors are doing a freelance position. You're taking gigs here and there, doing whatever comes your way. That's what we call a freelance position. You come in and out of gigs and you make some stuff. Okay. Used to work, used to be great, did that, been there, done that. I'm just here to tell you it's 2025 and there's a couple things in the market that have just changed over the past few years. So this is my market report that I have sort of finalized in terms of how the market is looking right now. I'm not going to read out the entire thing for now. It's just technical democratization, content marketing evolution, client expectations are really, really changing right now. Market saturation signs, business model disruption, and then number 6 is skill requirements are evolving. If you want to read the entire thing, pause it right now. I think it's informative. Do that now and then unpause me and let's continue in the video. So this is you right now, 2025, filmmaker, you, freelance, aka the human tripod. You're just a tripod with a face on it. You're getting hired because you know how the technical stuff of the camera works and you know how to make a pretty cinematic shot. That's what you're getting paid for. However, that is not so valuable anymore in the current state of the market. So what you think about is the desire of starting a traditional production company. And then you might think that this is like the happy production company, but I'm here to tell you not good. But actually, let's leave it over as this right now. So if you do that, if you want to skill and do the production house company thing, whatever you want to call it, you are, with the current state of the market, competing with 15-year-olds that can do everything in CapCut. If you don't know what CapCut, it's like the most accessible free editing software that does everything automated with AI. I'm not saying you shouldn't use DaVinci Resolve or Premiere Pro or any of the professional softwares. I'm just saying if you do it in the traditional way, you'll be competing with these kinds of people. Then also, if you run a production company, you will still be dealing with annoying agencies that usually have acquired the businesses that you will eventually, at the end of the line, be working with. And they are just hiring you to get a specific job done. But the agencies are always in between you and the eventual client. And agencies are, usually a waste of money, a waste of time. They're always in the way, like endless revisions. And you don't know what's actually the main objective of the campaigns you're working on. You're just on the receiving end of the project that is being worked on. You're just executing the technical skills, so to say. Technical execution. That's the word I wanted to search. I prepared myself. Technical execution. You're always executing the technical side of things. The ID for the video has already been worked out somewhat. Sometimes you get a little bit of freedom to, do a little bit of writing here and there. But overall, you're always executing someone else's plan and working it out. Then you still have to slave to do outreach and pitch all the time. There's no incentive for a business to keep on working with you. So you're still in like the slaving position where your income goes like this, up and down, up and down. 1 month it might be great, you might be scattered with work, and then the next month there's nothing, or everything comes at the same time, which you can't handle it, so you have to reject half of the work, and then they go to someone else. Doesn't really work. Then, even if you do scale up your income, maybe you're at 10K a month as a freelancer now, let's say in a good scenario, you get your production business to 100K a month. You're still going to have to pay out all of your crew. Your profit margins start to get a lot lower than when you do it with freelancing. And the amount of headache you get with it isn't in proportion to how much more money you're making. Your life won't be getting any better out of it. And then lastly, outdated marketing methods in a changing market. I mean, you're working with these agencies, they're not always great. They're not always great. Your clients eventually, they're not going to be super happy with what you're making. It's not going to drive the results that the current market is looking for. So the realization is that when you do this and you think it's going to get you out of the shitty position that you are in right now as a freelancer, you're just going to be a beefed up freelancer that still has the inconsistency, has to do lots of outreach and pitching, executing on other people's creative ideas, and eventually reaches creative burnout. And that's not a position you want to be in, which turns out you're just a beefed up freelancer that has more headaches and more revenue, but usually the same or less profit with more headaches. So my question to you is, do you want to have a business that has 100K a month in revenue with 15% profit, that is 15K, with lots of headache? Or do you want to have a business that does 20K with about 85 to 90% profit margins and do that on your own with a lot less headache? Obviously, all of these people online, they're always flashing with high revenue numbers, completely happy with, I'm doing this much money, but nobody ever talks about profit margin. Nobody does. But I think that is the most important thing. So this is what you end up be with, at least like 15%, 15K just for you, without all of the headaches of running this now unhappy production company. Okay, and then you might be saying, yeah, well, Renzo, but what do we do then? I mean, if this is not the way to go, and then this is not the way to go, and the market is changing, and everything that has ever worked so far, why is it not working anymore? What do we do now? Well, the partnership model. I've been talking about this a long time. You essentially combine what you're doing over here with what another party is doing over here without being like a complete marketing expert, because you simply don't have to be, and become partners. So this is what I've worked out. $75,000 partnerships is what I call it. This is how I work. So instead of clients, so you have to be paid by the hour per project. You have one-off project. You have constant need for outreach, unpredictable income, treated as a technical vendor, and limited input on strategy, competitive on price, must constantly pitch new work, and focus on deliverables only. I switched to partnerships. So what does that look like? We do revenue share commission model, align your clients' incentives with your own, long-term partnerships, consistent monthly revenue, strategic input from start to finish, treated as a trusted advisor, shared success metrics, access to clients' business data, focused on business results, higher income potential, $75,000 per client, and this keeps on going on forever and ever, because if you deliver results, there's no reason for them to stop working with you, because if you're the one that brings in money for them, I mean, let's go, right? Only need 4 to 5 good partners. I mean, if you have this times 2, you're already having a 6-figure business. You only need 2 clients. I'm not saying you should stop there. I'm just saying that it's going to get a lot easier. You don't have to do constant outreach. It's built on trust and mutual growth. You're not just selling a video, it goes off and nobody ever knows what does it. Maybe it's just collecting dust on their website. You give input on overall strategy, control over content direction, no constant pitching is needed, and incentivized by clients' success. Now, in order to do this, obviously you're going to have to need a few more skill sets rather than just filming and editing. If you don't want to do any more than filming and editing, sure, close down this video right now and see what the market does to you over the next 5 years. But the only things that I would say you have to do is understanding of content psychology, develop a storytelling and strategic edge over the majority of the market, which, to be honest, is really not that hard to do. A lot of the stuff that we see on social media nowadays, it's still not that good. I mean, there's a lot of competition, but most genuinely suck. Then 3, need a mindset that doesn't only think in artsy videos, but more in business results. And then 4, how social media algorithms work. And then 5, we need to work on your foundation, which is your exact offer. You have to figure out what type of people or businesses are you going to help, how are you going to help them, and how are you going to show them that it actually works. So with this setup, stuff like gear isn't that important. It helps you to be able to like make good looking stuff, but it's not even that essential. Like I would even say that this entire model that I've just explained to you in certain cases can even be done with an iPhone. Not my recommendation. I still appreciate good looking content, high quality cinematic stuff, good audio, and good storytelling with great visuals. But like in a doomsday scenario, I could do this with my iPhone. So focus on what actually moves the needle. If you need help with this, book a call with me or my team, and we can show you how this would implement in your situation, ask you what market you're in, see how that works. And yeah, we're happy to help you. So I hope this video, at least, even if you don't do this, gave you some value, gave you some new perspective on where things are going. You can try this yourself, but I promise you, if you do it with us, you're gonna make moves a whole lot faster. So yes, it's a free call. We do make you an offer at the end for a mentorship, which is mainly what I do. Next to running my own video business, obviously, I'm not just saying this as theory. I practice what I preach. This is the real deal in the real world. So do this if you think you need this, which if you made this video so far, you probably do. And yeah, good luck. Bye-bye.